I think one of the greatest examples of regionalization that we had was the area education agencies. You know, if you have a student in your rural Iowa school that's blind and it's one student, you don't need one TVI or a teacher for the visually impaired in your school. You call the AEA and they come to you. And so I think talking about regionalization, we would be remiss not to mention the cutting of the AEA budgets and how that's really affecting special education services in these rural communities.
But I would come back a little bit on that and say, you know, again, it was both sides in the AEA discussion are essentially taking a cookie cutter approach to the issue, as opposed to having true freedom, where if a school district needs to be able to reach out to another school district or to a group of school districts and try to create a mechanism by which to provide the services, they can do it. Just saying, okay, every school district has to be part of an AEA and they have to only get their services from the AEA, well, that's basically the same problem we have with just completely removing AEAs from the equation altogether.
See, that kind of touches on the next topic, which Chase brought up, was unfunded mandates, because I follow all the school boards here in Marion County, and there just seems to be a lot that they have to spend money on because of state requirements, and all the discussions about the sharing. I think our boards here locally do a great job of sharing resources when they have them, to be honest with you. I mean, they could do better, maybe, I don't know. But there are incentives for sharing and stuff like that already. Do you think we should do that more? Or do you think that, you know, that should be left up to the schools to find their own and the state stays completely out of it?
I mean, I don't disagree that we shouldn't have unfunded mandates, but I think we should just fund these things. Especially, you know, going back to special education. This is such a big one to me because school districts left on their own to fund some of these special education services, the really expensive ones that involve assistive technology or updating their schools to accommodate certain disabilities, hiring paraeducators, or making sure those paraeducators are properly trained to deal with the students that they're working with. Not only is that the right thing to do, all Iowans deserve access to a free and appropriate public education, but that's the law also, is that people like me deserve a fair and appropriate education. Like Chase, I went to drink. You know, I was a proud bulldog, but I wouldn't have made it if I didn't have supports through my local area education agency. So I'm not advocating for removing those mandates, nor am I advocating for unfunded mandates. I'm just advocating that we make sure that our schools are providing the necessary education, public or private, to all of our students, and that they also have the resources to do so.